Well, so I swam the 100 butterfly, 200 butterfly, and the 200 medley relay, 400 medley relay.
Nice.
Those were, quite I say, like one of the most intense races I had because Max is like, for me, a big meet like the Olympics. So just going day by day, training for like getting ready for those races, preparing for them mentally was a tough task. But I was able to um, face that task, and I excelled. So I was proud. I was proud of my races. Um, Before the races, I was very nervous. I gotta say, like everybody there, all these teams, um, it really was nerve wracking. But when I got in the water, I just let everything out, and I ended up swimming good races. As I swam, the races were. I forgot everything, and it worked out like what I worked out throughout the season, technique wise, and during practice, it really paid off because I just like muscle memory really was the input there, and it allowed me to just come out on top with my races. I remember finishing in the top 8 for my 2 fly and 1 fly. I want to say the top 20. So, and I got first place in the relay, which is awesome. Got the gold medal for the 200 medley. So I had a great meet. Aftermax, man, Aftermax is exciting, just because the whole meet we're all trying to be this one team, Widener, and we're able to win. And it was a close meet. It was a close meet down in the end, and a lot of my races and other guys' races, we were able to score more points to come up with the victory. So just knowing that and knowing it was a close meet made it better. Made it even better win for us. So thank you.
My first Max experience was quite eventful. I liked how the team together came to a whole and we worked together to win. How I swam, I say great. There's always room for improvement. Over my next 3 years here. What did you? How I felt before my races? I felt like there's something for me to do, like part of me needed to contribute to the team. What was going through my head, just like get the race accomplished, get the points that we need, work together, and when we figured out that we won, it's kind of like a good rush of emotions. I felt happy, accomplished, and now you have a target of behind your back for next year for teams that want to beat you.
Um, so this is my first year swimming at Max, and my experience with it was really positive and well. I had the support of my swim team, and I gave my support to everybody there. It was a lot of fun. Just how much energy was brought by everybody on our team and all the teams in general. Individually, I swam the 2IM, the 2 fly, and the 100 fly. I also swam the 800 freestyle relay, the 4 free relay, 2 free relay, and the 4 medley relay. How did I feel before my races? Before my races, I kind of have like a routine that I do. I do 4 or 5 jumps up and down. It looks like I'm having a seizure. It's actually kind of funny, but I mean, it's what I do before my races, and it gets me going, gets me pumped. It was going through my head as I swam. I don't know, I really don't think while I swim. I kind of just go, which is probably a bad thing because then I end up sprinting everything. Especially like in my 2 fly, although I did think a lot during my 2 fly. I was like, alright, don't go out too fast because you have a tendency to do that and then you die. But I think I did pretty well in it. How did I feel at the end of Max? At the end of Max, I was utterly excited. Just proud of our men's team for getting first and proud of our women's team for moving up places and getting 5th overall. Like, that was really exciting, and just being a part of it all together was one of the best experiences that I could have asked for.
For my first MAC experience, it was very fun, very energetic. It was a little intimidating because I know there were a lot of fast kids there and a lot of fast teams, so that kind of drove me to do better. I swam the 100 and 200 breaststroke. Before my races, I wasn't too nervous or scared. I was more like, don't mess up, don't miss a wall, like, don't, I guess, get tight, don't slip off the block, just things like that. So I wasn't too nervous, I was more like making sure I did everything correctly that I've been training to do all year. In my head, as I was swimming, I was like, make sure you don't get too far behind the other swimmers. Like, with breaststroke, I like to pace myself, so I just wanted to not go out too fast the first 50 or 100, depending on when I swam, and made sure I brought it all home, like emptied the tank, whatever I had left. And then at the end of Max, I was very ecstatic because the boys team won. It was a great experience jumping in the pool with all my teammates at the end, so.
So my first experience in Max was pretty awesome. I mean, we won, you know, MAC title, champions, it's the best thing. I know, like, being a freshman, coming in, I heard stuff from last year, you know, of how, like, we lost, like, off of, like, DQs and stuff like that, like, false starts, and, like, so this year, like, it was kind of the comeback season, like, we wanted revenge against our rival Widener. So, like, all year, that was kind of, like, what, like, pushed us to go. We had how many days till Max up on our whiteboard every day that we do our practice. So, like, every day, you know, went one day closer. And that just kind of really pushed us to keep going. Max as a whole, that was the first, like, time that I really had the chance to, like, swim for a team that was able to, like, compete for, like, a title like that. So I think that definitely pushed me a lot harder to swim and give it everything I got, even when you were tired. You know, didn't always feel the best. So stuff like that. So just, you know, the experience as a whole was awesome, you know. All the team camaraderie, like, all coming together. It was definitely something that I hadn't experienced before, and now I'm really excited for the years to come. I swam at Max this year. I'm a distance swimmer, so I did the 500, the 1650, and the 4IM. And before my races, I'm going to be honest, like, this was also the first meet where, like, I had, like, prelims in the mornings, finals at night, and all year I heard, like, you gotta swim fast at prelims if you want to get back and swim at finals and score points, and if you want to win, like, you gotta score points. So, like, before my races, I'm gonna be honest, like, I was really, like, nervous. I didn't really talk to many people before my races just because, like, that's kind of what I do. I just had my headphones in, turned up real loud, and just really just got in the zone. But, you know, as soon as I dove in the pool, it's kind of how I've always been when I swim. Like, as soon as I get in the pool, I kind of just stop thinking about everything else, and that's one of the reasons why I like swimming, because as soon as I enter that water, everything else is kind of just out of my mind. You just, you know, you revert back to your training. You know, we trained countless hours, well over 100 days of practice, well over 100 hours. So it's just, you got to revert back to the training and trust that the training really, you know, did what it's supposed to do. So, and at the end of Max, we won. So I felt pretty awesome. I know the last night I had done the mile in the afternoon that morning. Yeah, I'd done that mile in the afternoon, so that night I wasn't swimming, and going into that night, we knew Widener was going to be close to us, and we knew that we needed to score points where we were, so I kind of took up the role as getting our fan section really hyped to get our boys in the pool moving fast. I remember at one point my roommate, Hunter, he was swimming the 2 fly, and me and another swimmer, Jace, we got next to the pool, and we got in his face every time he did a flip turn. And he actually came up to me after the meet, and he said, if you hadn't been doing that, he doesn't think that he could have done as well as he did, because, like, for the first 6 laps he was in first place and ended up getting, I think, 3rd in the event, which is something we really needed because he went in seeded last in that event. So that was a lot of points that we weren't necessarily expecting to get, so that was awesome. And then, you know, just the feeling of jumping in the pool after You know, they take your picture and you get that banner and that plaque. It's indescribable, and it's definitely a feeling that I want to feel for the next 3 years.